Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's Tuesday the 7th of December. We've got more new mods on Farming Simulator 22. Some of these are ported over from Farming Simulator 19. Some of these are kind of new conversions from in-game things. We'll just crack straight along. We've got the high pressure washer steel RE581. This is by Black Sheep Modding. 2.44 megabytes download, 2 slots on console. It will cost you 1,550. I'll show you where to get it from in just a second. Nicely made, nicely detailed. When you get up to it on PlayStation at least, L3, and then circle to activate the jet wash. Range is pretty good, as you can see. We've got to come all the way out to there before it says it can't go any further. This you'll find under build mode. This was under tools, so if we are on buildings we go down all the way across to tools, down again, there it is, 1,550. Slot count will come down from 2 to 1 if you want to place subsequent ones anywhere else. We can rotate left and right with L1, R1 and then X to place. Very nice indeed. High pressure washer by Black Sheep Modding. Next we have got this. This is the Vehicle Workshop Ramps by JMZ. 1.02 megabytes download, 6 slots on console. This will cost you 2,000 to place. It is a Vehicle Workshop trigger, but with the added ramps you can get up and you can go for that immersive feel. When you click on it there, that's where it will give you the option to customize or repair, provided you've got something on the ramps. Once that decides to actually move. There you go. Doesn't need repairing, but we can customise it if there were customisable options on it. But yeah, it's a nice mod that. Not too expensive either. This you'll find in build mode. This was a weird one. I thought it might be under tools. I went all over the place. I looked under decoration. It turns out it's in sheds. So buildings and sheds. Go along to the end, and there it is. Vehicle Workshop Ramps. Slot count will come down from 6 to 1 for any subsequent one. I say 2,000. Obviously, all these prices, especially when you're doing placeable buildings and things, I'll say the price, but that will alter depending on the terrain. If it has to do any terrain alterations, the price can fluctuate a little bit. But for the base thing itself, it's 2,000. There we go. Vehicle Workshop Ramps by JMZ. Next, we've got the water tank. Now, this looks, well, it's exactly the same as the liquid fertilizer tank that we've got standard in game at the moment. This has been converted. So this is by Marcus LS Modding Team. 0.22 megabytes download, 3 slots on console. It will cost 46,500, which is what the liquid fertilizer tank costs. The liquid fertilizer tank, I'm sure, is 173 or 175,000 litres. This one is 250,000 litres. Now, we can come to the spanner here and click on that, and we can fill it up as if we're simulating someone's come along and filled up for us. So you can place it wherever you want on your farm, and you can start from 1 litre and go up in various different increments, all the way up to filling the thing completely to 250,000 litres. I'm going to put 100,000 in. Oh, I don't need 100,000 litres. Let's put 5,000 litres in. And as you can see, with the field info open, bottom right, it will tell me water tank, water 50,000 litres. Wonderful. We can put into it manually if we want to. So if we've got a water source somewhere for free, and you want to place one of these on your farm and store the water, because you don't have to keep going backwards and forwards to the water source, you can bring your water from the water source and you can put into this, or you can take out of it. Well, obviously you want to be able to take out of it, otherwise it becomes pretty pointless. You've got a big tank of water you can't do anything with. So what I'm hoping is the next mod I show you, we will actually take some water out of it. This you will find in build mode. This is under buildings and silos. I'm sure it was silos, or was it containers? Containers. We go along that way. The liquid fertilizer tank is there. Yeah, 173,500 litres for 46,500. We go to the very end there. Water tank. Slot count will come down from 3 to 1. 46,500 as I said. And then you buy it, place it, rotate L1, R1, whichever way around you want, to place your water tank. So you find it under buildings and container. We'll get back to that in just a moment. But that's the water tank by Marcus LS Modding Team. Next then, we've got this. This is the liquid support. Well, this isn't on its own, the liquid support. This by TF2020 mods, 2.17 megabytes download. Each one of these is 5 slots. I say each one because there are quite a few of these to choose from. I've gone for the water one because obviously I want to use it for the water just there. Nicely made and nicely detailed. There's a few different options available on this and these, and I'll show you where they all are. There is one for water, there's one for diesel, there's one for milk, crop protection, so liquid fertilizer or herbicide, and there's one for digestate or slurry. So quite a few different options on these. If we go to our tools, and what's the first one that's going to come up? We'll go to the slurry tanks. So we go to slurry tanks, go right to the very end. We've got the HS8DS digestate and slurry. As it says there, 5 slots. Each one of these is 8,000 litres. Each one of these is 15,000 for the base model. We can have it no decals. We can have decal rear, and if you do it again with decals, it would decal on the front as well. So either on the rear or front and rear. We can change the main colour to anything on that palette. So depending what it is you're going to be putting in it, you might want all of yours colour coordinated. It will only put in it, and the decals will only give you what that particular one is. Because this is under slurry, it's digestate and slurry, so that's the decal it gives you, and that's what you can put into it. Rim colour, anything on that palette. And then license plate, if you want to go for a license plate, front or rear, the license plate option is available. Now, all of the options on all of these are exactly the same, apart from the decals. The decals are the only thing that are different. So I'll show you where they are, show the decals, but the other options for main colour, rim colour and license plate are exactly the same. If we go from slurry across to sprayers, that one there, the HS8S, is for spray, but that will do herbicide or fertilizer. Again, 8,000 litres, no decals on the rear, front and rear. I'll zoom in a bit and it gives you the decals for those. If we come out and go to, I think it's under miscellaneous, right to the very end, we've got the diesel one, HS8D for diesel. So it puts that on it. And then under animals, we've got the HS8M for milk, HS8W for water. The one that I've already got is the water one. And there's your milk one. So, a few to choose from, a few options available. What I'm going to do, hopefully, should have enough oomph. It's just to get it to move, isn't it? That tractor looks tiny pulling that, doesn't it? We should get refill come up. There we go, start filling. Click on that. We are now filling from the big water tank into the smaller tanker to 8,000 litres. I'm not sure this C-Tour's going to pull it. If we can get it going, it will do. As you saw, the icon came up there to unload into it, so we can manually unload into that tank as well. So there you go. For transporting all of your liquid needs. The liquid transport, the liquid support by TF2020 mods. Moving on from there. The next 4 are all by Matthew FS. We've got the Amazon DB40 Seeder. We have got the Braidell F2WS 4000 Fertilizer or Lime Spreader. We've got the Kverneland Exacta EL Pack. Fertilizer or Lime Spreader. And then we have got the Amazon Z GB 6001. It says it on the side there. I should just be able to read it from there, shouldn't I? Really, step forward, I can see it there as well. I have it on my notes. This will do fertilizer or lime as well. So all of these, all by MrSealyp. This one, the cedar, is 4.58 megabytes. Actually, we know what we'll do. We'll do one at a time. They are all by MrSealyp, but this one here. So 4.58 megabytes download. 5 slots on console. It's a 4 meter cedar. 1,000 litre tank. You'll find it under tools and cedars. So it'll do your regular crop types. I say regular crop type. They're all regular if you look at it that way. But more like grain crops, if that makes sense. I've always referred to them as the regular ones, but if we go right to the very end, 16,000. Slot count of 5 comes down to 1 for any subsequent one you decide to have. Options available. We've just got wheel set up, standard or a wide option on the tyres. We hop in to fill it up. L1 and left on the D-pad opens the cover so we can fill it. Then if we do L1 and triangle, we can change what option we have for seed, barley, oat, canola, seed, barley, wheat, barley, oats, canola, soybean, oilseed radish, grass, and back. Oh, sorry, sorghum as well. Keep forgetting sorghum. We've got that on there as well. We do have ridge markers. Again, I will keep doing the warning with the ridge markers. They're great. I say they're great. L1 up on the D-pad. Ridge marker left. Press it again. Ridge marker right. Press it again. Turns them off. I will put ridge marker right on and show you what I mean. So as we turn it on, drop it down. As we use the ridge marker will act like a plough and can bring stones to the surface. So if you've prepared your seed bed and then you use the ridge marker and it brings stones up, it's not necessarily what you want. Well, that one doesn't seem to have done yet. Oh, maybe it has. Yeah, just be warned. Yeah, there we go. Be warned if you're using the ridge marker. So let's just put the ridge marker back. It is slightly darker. You can just see the seed bed. It's because of the cultivation I've done, but it is seeding. Oh, if I turned it on, wouldn't it? There we go. Very nice indeed. Now, what I'm going to check with these, the good thing I like about the Braidel, we've got a couple of these now. We've got standard in-game one. We've got the Geo Spread that we had the other day from Giants. The Braidel F22 is a 4,000 litre one. So I think the other one is 3,900. Now, one of the reasons I used to go for the other one, the Exacta Geo Spread, was because it was spread out to 45 meters. This one never used to, but it does now. As you can see, our spread width we can change. So change work width. We got 42 meters. 36 is that? My eyesight's terrible. 30, 21, 18, 15. Back to 42. Now I've got fertilizer in this one. The next one, the Commandant Exacta, I've put lime in that because I was curious to see does that actually put the fertilizing state down? It always used to go dark. It was the easy way of being able to tell. But I can't actually see. I'm going to have to check the map on that. That's weird. Ah, that would be why. That's jolly helpful. It's already on maximum fertilising. But anyway, that will spread out to 42 metres and you can adjust the spread width. Now, these next three, because they're all under Fertilizer Spreaders, I'll show you them first and then we'll go from there. So under Fertilizer Spreaders, we'll go to the end. So the F2WS 4000 is 28 grand. Slot count of 2 comes down to 1. It will spread out to 42 meters. It will rely more fertilizer, and it runs at 12 miles an hour. Options available. We can change the main color from the galvanized to, was it stainless, to red. We've got the Exacta EL next to it, which we're going to have a look at next. That's 15 grand, but the capacity is much smaller. You can have that as a 700 litre or a 1000 litre. You can have it with a cover if you want, and we can change the main colour from red to that. And then the other one is the Amazon ZGB 6001, 21,700. So that's the smallest one. That's in between and that's up, although that's got a much bigger capacity, 6,000 litres, requires 110 horsepower. We're on at 9 miles per hour, but it will do lime or fertilizer, but it will only spread to 18 meters, whereas those two will do 42. This one will do 18. Options available: we can have Trelleborg or Michelin's, and then we've got the option of standard, wide 2, back to standard. I think the same with the Trelleborg as well, standard, wide 2. Design. Now this is weird. Oh no, it's not weird. I remembered what it was. Sorry. Before I put the cover on, if we come out here where it says design, you've got a standard bed in the bottom like that. Type 1 puts a mesh in, that's supposed to get rid of any clumps of fertilizer. As it goes through that, it breaks them up. Or type 2, which forces them down the side chutes and kind of disperses it towards the discs at the back. And then we've got cover, yes or no, as our options. So that's the 3 of them. This one we've already just seen. So the other one I've put lime in, which doesn't need lime either, but you should still spread it out. I was just curious to see whether this will, because it says 42 meters there, and historically with spreaders and things like this, the lime doesn't spread out the same width as the fertilizer does. So I am curious to see. That's 42 meters. That's going the full width out. I mean, it is honking through the lime pretty quickly, but that's, whoa, that's quite a spread. So if you use the other one, that's 4,000 litres, maybe get a front tank that will take lime as well. That's impressive stuff, that. Looks good too. Very nice indeed. And then lastly, we've got the trailed one. Like I say, there's only an 18 metre spread on this one, but it has a much larger capacity, so you know, be nice to get. I was trying to think, was it Sopima? Was it Sopima? It was the sort of cart that took fertilizer and things like that. That had a 3-point link on the back of it. So you think hooking one of these 42 metre, especially doing lime, on the back of one of those, that'd be fantastic. Obviously this isn't going to do the fertilising now, is it? But it will go out to 42 metres, 18 metres, because this field doesn't need it. We can't see it. I'm going to have to do something about that before the next mod review. Not quite sure what, but that you need to really be able to see that. But that spreads lime or fertiliser. Didn't mean to jump out then. Lime or fertiliser out to 18 metres. That's all of those by Matthew FS. What have we got left? Just looking down my list. Oh yeah, we've got these. The Flegel DFW Pack. This is also by Matthew FS. This is 3.75 megabytes download, 2 slots on console. That's 2 slots for each. We've got the DFW 180 and the DFW 120. As you can see by the length, the 180 is much longer than the 120. Options are the same on both of them. They do have straps on them that can be done from either in the cab or manually from outside. As you can see, swivel axle on the front on both. Neither of them have rear trailer hitches. Oh, hang on, that is the rear trailer hitch down there, isn't it? Oh, it's right under there. I wonder if we can hook these together. I had a quick look, but it was underneath the trees and I couldn't see it because it was right underneath that back bit, and I assumed straight away, incorrectly it would seem, that they didn't have a trailer hitch. You know, I might be better off doing it with a smaller one. But as you can see, the large creels that are gum on the end of it go up very high on these. So if you're doing round bales especially, you can get a lot of round bales stacked up on these. There we go. So you can daisy chain them together. Ignore what I said. I'm glad I saw that hitch. Frustratingly, I did look for it as well. There we go. So you hook two of the DPW 180s together. You've got a lot of bale handling capacity. These are not auto load trailers. They are standard load yourself type trailers. I think they were pretty much a mainstay on FS19, weren't they? But you'll find these under baling technology. Where are we? Bale loaders. Scroll across. DPW 180 is 16 grand. Slot count's only 2 anyway on these, so 2 down to 1. And the DPW 120 is 10 grand. Options available on both. Now this one, they come with the extension on, which is already charging you extra. If you don't want the extension, if you're going to do square bales, you can bring the price down, because obviously that's adding 1,500 for the extensions. But if you want the extensions on, it's 1,500. We can change the main colour. It's anything on this palette. And then we've got license plate option if you want it. It's exactly the same on the DPW 120. Extensions on or off. Main colour, anything on that palette. And license plate on or off as well. There we go. The DPW, Earth Legal DPW pack. Which brings me on to the last of the mods for today. This is a nice one. I liked this on FS19. I'm glad it's been ported over. Gives us the ability to do a lot of total mix ration making in one go. This is the Silo King Trailed Line System 1000 plus 4535. It's a 45,000 litre feed mixer, triple axle, and you can put a lot into this. Now, as far as mix goes, we can put mineral feed in this as well, which is new to FS22. So if you want to add a little bit of that in, you can. You can do a mix of silage, hay, and straw. A lot of people just do mixes of silage and hay, which you can do. You can go half and half, and it will do the mix. The rule of thumb now, especially on FS22, because the bale situation is such that we've got loads of different bale sizes, all with different capacities. The old way of looking at it was you need X amount of these ones at 4,000 litres, X amount of these at 4,000, because they're not all 4,000 litres anymore. So my best advice I can give you is have the help window open and keep an eye on those bars. Make sure they're all in the green. My split when I'm doing loose material, or my split generally, if you can get bales roughly to this, is to split it into quarters. 2 quarters or half of the load needs to be hay. 1 quarter needs to be silage. 1 quarter needs to be straw. Unless you're doing just straw and hay, in which case you can go half and half. And if you've made if you've got a little bit of space, then you can put some mineral feed in there, but it's not necessary. You can still get to total mix ration without. So what I will do is go under the binding silo. I'm hoping it's going to fit under the binding silo. Just thought that's actually quite tall, isn't it? It might be alright. There we go. Start filling. So let's see if we can get this to work. I'm going to go with. I mean, obviously I can buy total mix ration, which obviously kind of defeats the purpose. I want to go to what, 11, just over 11,000. Whoa, that went quick. That fills up really fast from there. Silage. Up to about 22 is where I wanted to get. I'm not sure I'm going to get there. That will do. Then the rest I want to put in hay. And I should get total mix ration Please turn to Tommy's ration. 45,000 litres. You see all the bars are in the green. Silage only just. I probably could have done with bringing the silage up a bit, hay down a little bit. Straw seems to be okay, but you can fiddle around with those amounts to get what you want. And like I say, doing it with bales as well. You know, split it however you want to. Just as long as you keep those bars in the green, you'll be absolutely fine. And it's fiddling around with the ratio that best suits you. Once you find a ratio that best suits you, you're absolutely laughing. We can unload left or right. If I go R1, I can do tip side left, tip side right. If I go tip side left now, L1, R1, and unload here. So you can go along your feed troughs. It's not going to move now. Whoa, that picked up really quickly. Anyway, put it into a feed trough. Blimey, that really did fill up quick, didn't it? But 45,000 litres is absolutely fantastic. That looks awful like that. 45,000 litres does make life a little bit easier. It does come with a fairly hefty price tag, I will say that. That being said though, if we go to vehicles and we go to animals, if you go for a self-propelled mixer, look at the prices of these. Starts at 158 grand, then goes up to 240. Capacity of the largest one is 26,000 litres for a self-propelled. So 158 up to 240,000. If we go down to our animals here, we've got the smaller one there, which does 22,000 litres. We've got the slightly larger one that does 24,000 litres. Then this one on the end that does 45,000 litres is 141 grand. So even though it seems expensive, it's still cheaper than the cheapest self-propelled one, and those capacities aren't anywhere near what the capacity of this is. So I don't know, you know, you can decide from that how you want to go about it, but requires 240 horsepower. Options available. We can have Lizard. It looks like the Lizard tyres are duals as far as I can tell. Yeah, if you look, you can see the light shining through. We've got Lizards. Then you've got Trelleborg. The Trelleborgs, we can have 480, 45 R17s or 550 R17s. And then under Continentals, we've got 435s. I don't think we've got an option to change those ones. No, we've just got those ones. And then we've got Power Takeoff. The PTO at the front is either yellow or black. Hang on. Why is that not giving me the option to change that now? That's weird. Yellow or black on the PTO. Rim colour, we got the standard grey, or we got a chromed. I think I went for the chromed. Then license plate option. If you want to go for a license plate on there as well, I think I did. What did I go for on this one? I think I got Big Mixer or something, didn't I? Big Mixers. Anyway, that's it, I think. Pretty sure, looking down my list. So that's by DD Mod Passion. I'm glad that's made a return. That makes life so much easier when you're doing cows. That sort of size is designed for, I'm sure it says on the mod hub as well, for sort of up to and around 1,000 cows. That's why I think it's called the 1,000 plus, for that very reason. You need a big capacity for making Tommy's ration for lots of animals. Right. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. As always, thanks for watching.